Following the pandemic, Malaysia's economy is on the rebound, with the nation embarking on various initiatives to enhance the quality of life for citizens. These efforts include building a sustainable power utility industry and developing new public transportation and infrastructure to increase citizens' mobility. As an established manufacturer of wires and cables, Master Tec stands to benefit from these positive developments. All our three well-equipped manufacturing plants are located in Malacca, Malaysia. We have an accumulated production capacity to produce up to 9,500 tons of wires and cables annually. We manufacture and trade a wide range of quality high-performance low-voltage power cables, control and instrumentation cables, and solar direct current power cables under our reputable Master Tec trademark since 2009. Our core products are copper cord and aluminium cord wires and cables, such as PVC insulated LV power cables, XLPE insulated LV power cables, and other non-power cable products. We are able to produce LV power cables to serve specific application purposes, such as fire resistance power cables, flame retardant power cables, and low smoke zero halogen power cables. We also manufacture solar DC power cables, bare copper and aluminium wires. Besides, we trade and distribute a wide range of MV power cables, fiber optic cables to cater for various end-user markets. By leveraging on our established track record and innovative expertise in the industry, we are capable of customizing and meeting different made-to-order requirements with mass customization. We provide a fast turnaround time and with prompt deliveries to our end users within 1 month's lead time. This unique capability is well supported by our quality management system and effective production planning to ensure optimum efficiency in our production, serving both small and large-scale end users' needs. We have approximately 250 active balanced portfolio customers. Our customers span from power utility companies like Tenaga Nasional Berhad, Sarawak Energy Berhad, and Sabah Electricity Sendirian Berhad, to electrical wholesalers, mechanical and electrical contractors, and project owners. Our quality assurance products are utilized in diverse sectors, including renewable energy, property development and construction, oil and gas, infrastructures, public transportation, manufacturing, industrial, electrical and electronics, and telecommunications. We have adopted a stringent internal quality management assurance policy to ensure that our products are of high performance, durable, and comply with various safety and quality standards. Amongst the prominent certifications awarded to us include ISO 9001, ISO 14001, and ISO 45001. Our products are also conformed with criteria set by IEC, MS, BS, SS, EN, and TUV. We have an in-house laboratory capable of conducting continuous product testing to ensure our products comply with the various industrial standards. Malaysia's current and future mega infrastructure projects and the launch of the National Energy Transition Roadmap signal a booming phase for the electricity power sector. The rising demand ensures the wire and cable industry flourishes, and we are ready to meet these diverse, fast-paced demands. Master Tec. Strive to power up everyone's life.
Hi, hi, everyone. Zhang Yi over here. So today we are going to unbox one of the Malaysia's leading cable and wire manufacturer today, Master Tec. So today, later I'll bring and I'll have the CEO of this company coming up. So before we start anything wise, I need to have a disclaimer first. All right. So this is our disclaimer. There's no recommendation, even though we are sharing and presenting about this company and let our audience today to learn more regarding this company. It is not an investment advice or recommendation to buy, sell, or hold. So it's not an investment advice. Okay. So if let's say you make a decision to invest or trade in this company, means you have already made your own due diligence to research on this company lah. Okay, later we have Q&A session, so you can ask. Okay, for the due diligence part. And regarding the materials that is shared over here, we do not take responsibility, or liability on the accuracy and the completeness of the information. So if let's say you continue with the sharing today, means you have agreed with our terms of use. All right. So with the recent, introduction of this NETR by Tenaga Nasional back in last year, August. So everybody knows that, this power sector, EV sector will be the trending sector in the coming, maybe in 2024 or maybe in 2025 or in the future. I think this is the future trend, all right? So today, I have this honor to have one of the Malaysia's cable and wire manufacturer to share with us and about a little bit about their company. Okay, in detail. If let's say you guys later want to have any questions, you guys can ask in the chat box, all right, or type in the comment. Type in hi if let's say you have just dialed in. Okay, so that I know that later when you guys ask questions, I can see your questions. All right. So we have Mr. T later, all right, coming up, and then we have his PA, Ashton, that will be presenting regarding this company. Okay, so I haven't introduced myself. I'm Zeng Yu. Okay, I'm one of the coach in Savvy Investment. So I think some of you guys, or most of you guys, see Ming Tek do the presentation over here. So today I'll be hosting the whole event now. All right. So I will bring up Ashton to say hi. Ashton.
Hi.
Hi. Okay.
Hi,
Ashton will
everyone.
be hi everyone. So Ashton will be the PA for this one, and then I'll bring up Mr. T.
Hi everyone, T here.
Hi, Mr. T.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. I believe after this section, you having a better know-how about our company and what is the wire cable about lah. So I think without delay, later my PA Aston will give a rough presentation of our company. Yeah, I think, and I will handle the Q&A here. Got any question, you can type it out, and later we can discuss.
All right. Thank you, Mr. T. So how this interview will be going around is we'll be having two parts. The first part will be an introduction by Ashton regarding this company. And then the second part will be Mr. T will be joining us for the Q&A session. All right. So Ashton, would you like to share your screen?
Yeah. Okay.
So Mr. T, later you'll be joining us later in the Q&A session, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. See you on the second session. All right, Ashton, the stage is yours.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Ashton. So today we'll be sharing 3 key points with everyone. First, Master Tec business overview. Second, our financial highlight. Third, last but not least, IPO details. So we'll begin with the group structure as usual. Okay, as you can see over here, on the left-hand side, pre-IPO, our founder, Dato' Lau, he owns 100% of the company, and there's only one subsidiary under the company, which is MTWC, Master Tec Wire and Cable Sdn Bhd. So this is before IPO. After IPO, our founder, Dato' Lau, he'll collectively own 72% of the company, 55% controlled indirectly through this company called NTPC, whereas 17% controlled directly. So all in 72%, whereas the remaining 28% will belong to public shareholder. Now, moving on to the directors and key senior management team. Okay, as you can see on the top, this is our board level. Our board level is very simple, very straightforward. As again, there's 2 non-independent Executive Director, which is our founder, Dato' Lau, and our CEO, Mr. T. Whereas we also have 4 different independent director. So all in 4 plus 2. With this combination, we have already achieved the corporate governance. As for our 4 key senior management team below, led by our MD, each and every senior management team come from different background and from different sector. For example, semiconductor, automotive, E&E, manufacturing, etc. Now, with this team up, we are able to leverage on their experience, their network to produce different cable that's able to fulfill demands from different industries. Okay, this is on the left. This is our founder, Dato' Lau. On the right, Mr. T. Okay, this is our senior management photo. I'll not go through their respective background one by one because all of their details are all in the prospectus. Okay, in view of time, I'll also not go through the key achievement and milestone. Our company has been in market for more than 10 over years. To date, it's about 18. Okay. Business overview. As mentioned by Zenu earlier, we are a wire and cable manufacturer in Malaysia. As you can see over here, our business consists of 2 different segments. One is manufacturing, the other is trading of other cables. Manufacturing being our very core business, we are very focused in manufacturing low voltage power cable, control and instrumentation cable. Now, this part of the business contributes 90-95% of our revenue, whereas on our trading side, this part of the business contributes 5-10% of the revenue, where we trade different types of cables such as medium voltage cable, fiber optic cable, solar direct current cables, and more. Now, with this combination of both the manufacturing and trading, we are able to provide a full solution or full quotation to our customer. This way, they don't have to go to multiple suppliers. They can just come to us and we can supply a full solution. Speaking of customer, when it comes to our industry, most of the investors, the first thing to think about wire and cable industry is that our cables are only being utilized by power utility companies, for example, Tenaga. However, this is not true. As you can see on our right, under the main industry served, these are all the different types of industry that we serve. For example, renewable energy, property development construction, oil and gas, public transport, data center, telco, etc. Now, what we want to share with every investor is that yesterday we are not able to survive without water, but today, without electricity, I think we can't even survive. Because can you find me an establishment that can operate without electricity? Answer is no. So in short, for all this sector to operate, they need to transmit electricity from one end to the other end. Hence, they have to purchase cable from manufacturers like us. Okay, these are the different types of cable that we manufacture are all displayed in our corporate video shown earlier. Production process as well. This is some of technologies. Okay. Currently, we are operating with total of 3 plant 1, 2, 3. This brings our total annual production capacity to 9,500 tons per annum. Now, out of this 9,500 tons of capacity, 4,000 tons goes to the copper wire and cable, whereas the remaining 5,500 tons goes to the aluminum copper cable. Now we'll start with the copper cable. If you take a look at the past 3 years record, on average, we produce about 2,500 tons per annum, and the utilization rate remains around 60 over. Both the output and utilization remains quite stable for the past 3 years. The reason being copper is very expensive to begin with. However, during the pandemic, the copper price surged to a new high, making all our copper wire cable more expensive. Hence, this leads to our customer seeking for other alternatives. So what are the alternatives? The alternative is aluminum core wire cable. Why aluminum? Because if we use a simple analogy, today if copper is 3 ringgit, aluminum is 1 ringgit. Hence, with this huge advantage when it comes to cost, a lot of our customers they switch to aluminium. Hence, this boosts up the demand for aluminium cable. At the same time, in terms of the utilization, the aluminium cable are getting more and more popular in the market. Okay, so if you take a look at our aluminum past 3 years record, in 2020, the output is around 1,100 tons, 2021, 2,400 tons. Now 2022 jump up to 4,400 tons. Whereas for utilization, 2020 is about 21%, 2022 is close to 80%. As you can see, both the output and the utilization receive a very strong growth. Okay, this explains what we explained before, that because of the cost cheaper than aluminium, hence the demand from our customer also increased tremendously. Okay, so this is the list of our major customer and major suppliers. A lot of the names here are either from overseas or Sdn Bhd. We have included not just 1 year, but the past 3 years record breakdown under the appendix for investors like you. If, for example, if you want to do the trend analysis or attribution analysis, you can do so. Now, what we want to share is that for our case, as of 2022, Tenaga contribute about 30% of business, whereas 70% of the business comes from about 250 non-Tenaga customers from different sectors. What we want to say is that we know very well that in Malaysia, there's only one and the only one electricity supplier, which is Tenaga. So naturally, whoever who is in this wire and cable business, it is bound to have Tenaga as their largest customer. It is a norm. Okay, we don't over rely on any single largest customer except for Tenaga. Okay. Competitive advantage and future plan. We'll start from with the competitive advantage. Here, as you can see, there's a total of 5. In order to make it easier and more straightforward, we will summarize it using an example. In our industry, when today Master Tec, when we go and compete in the market, the customer only asks us a total of 3 questions. The first, do you have branding? Yes, our brand Master Tec has been in the market for more than 10 over years, and with that, we have established a proven track record as well as brand recognition from big companies such as Tenaga. So yes, we have branding. Now, second is, can you do make to order? Meaning to say that I give you whatever spec, whatever requirement, and you produce the cable according to these specs. Yes, we have the technology, we have the knowledge to do so, and this is also our strength. Now, the third, which is the most important, is the lead time. As mentioned in our corporate video earlier, we are able to produce the cable in 1 month time, sometimes less than a month. Now, with this short lead time, our customer, we are able to fulfill their just-in-time need. And this brings in the order every day, as in they will send quotation to us every day, inquiry to us every day, and we'll quote them based on the latest rate, the daily rate for both the commodity prices and the forex price. Now, with this capability or with this advantage, we are able to protect our profit margin because of two. First, we transfer the cost to our customer. Now, second, we are able to reduce the risk of loss from the fluctuation in both the commodity prices and forex. So this is our true strength that able to help us outcompete our competitors in the market. Okay, that 3 point, as well as the fact that we're able to protect our profit margin. Okay, these are some of the details. Okay, our future plan. Quick summary to our future plan. Total of there's 2 plans, plan 1, plan 2. Now for plan number 1, as you can see over here, the management plans to venture, or we will venture into the manufacturing of medium voltage power cable. The reason behind being because currently we are already supplying medium voltage cable to our existing customer through trading. Now with the completion of this plan, we are able to sell directly to them, to this same group of customer, and this will help grow our business in terms of revenue, profit margin, since there's no longer a middleman in between. Now this whole expansion plan will cost about total 16.8 plus 24.4, meaning say about 42 million. Okay, this 42 million, as you can see at stage 1. The first stage is the construction of 2 new manufacturing plants, Plant 4 and 5, and estimated in both 16.8 million. Okay. So Plant 4 and 5 will be located right behind of existing Plant 3, as you can see over in this picture, and it will cost a total of 16.8 million. Okay, once we have the plant ready, then naturally we'll move on to the next stage, which is the purchase of machineries. Okay, if you take a look over here, the purchase of new machineries and equipment will cost us around 24.4 million. Now, if everything runs smoothly, the whole plan will be completed by the fourth quarter 2024. And with the completion of this plan, our annual production capacity will increase by 3,600 tons per annum of medium voltage power cable. Okay. This is the list or a breakdown of the different types of machineries that we plan to purchase, all in 24.4 million. Okay, so that's our first future plan. Now moving to the second future plan, plan number 2, is we want to expand our market coverage through export sales. Currently, we are already exporting to these 3 different countries: up north Thailand, down south Singapore, across the ocean Brunei. The main reason why we focus on exporting to neighboring countries is because of the close proximity. Because cable drums are very big, very bulky, hence it is very expensive to transport, or it's not cost effective to transport through, even though it's transported through the sea shipment. So this is the reason why we only focus on countries that are near to us. For Singapore and Thailand, we are able to transport our drum through land transport. Whereas for Brunei, because we already have existing business in Sarawak, and Sarawak and Brunei is next to each other. Hence, this is why we also export to Brunei. Okay, so the end game, or the end game that management wish to achieve is to grow our export sales revenue by 30% over the next 5 years. Okay, so this is the plan, future plan number 2. Okay, so we have done with the first key point that we mentioned earlier, the business part. Now let's move on to the financial highlights. In terms of financial performance, we are a straight A student, top A student, best of the best. Why? Because if you take a look at our total revenue, gross profit, profit before tax, profit after tax, and the margin, all registered a very strong growth. The company is on track despite the slowdown in economy due to pandemic, yet company managed to achieve 5G growth in all of these different parts. Now, for investor, revenue growth is good, profit growth is good, but more importantly, profit after tax margin. Because nowadays, yes, you may find companies that might have growth in the profit, however, at the expense of what? At the expense of lower profit margin. Because in order to churn the volume, they had to lower the price to have more volume, hence increase in profit. However, for our case, everything is all achieve a very strong growth. If we take a look at total revenue, 2020, 162 million, 2021, 275 million, 2022, 362 million. Whereas for profit before tax and after tax, this is the part where investor really pay a lot of attention, because this is the part where profit after tax, it will determine the valuation of the company. Okay, if we take a look at the profit after tax, we can see 2020, 5.2 million, 2021, 5.5 million. However, from 2021 to 2022, there's a huge leap. 5.5 million in 2021, 2022 is 19.5 million. And if we take first half 2023 result, in just 6 months, we have already achieved 13.6 million. Okay, as you can see, the jump in the profit after tax margin is very steep, especially after 2021. The reason behind being, yes, just now we mentioned aluminum is cheaper than copper, hence the selling price for aluminum cable naturally will be cheaper than copper. With a lower revenue, however, we have managed to register a higher profit after tax margin, because aluminum cable, they command a better premium, a higher profit margin due to the complexity. There's only a handful of players in the market that's able to produce aluminum wire product as in order to produce aluminium, you need to have the machineries, you need to have the knowledge, the know-how. Okay, so this is why we are able to have such a strong growth in the profit after tax margin, because of the growth in our aluminium wire cable. Now, for some investor, if you take a look at the bottom part, they may ponder in their mind, hey, you say everything growth very good, but why the profit margin in 2020 from 3.24% dropped to 2% in 2021? Okay. Okay, this is like just on what I mentioned. Although revenue wise there's a drop, but in profit after tax margin there's a jump, or profit after tax there's a jump. Okay. Okay, when it comes to the question of or the drop in the profit margin in 2020 and 2021, as you can see over here, the profit margin 2020 3.24, 2021 2%. This is because in 2020 there's one-off gain, which is the net reversal of impairment loss. This is a non-core operating profit, meaning if we were to take off this 2.9 million one-off gain, this will reduce our profit after tax, hence reducing the initial 3.24% margin down to the bottom part over here, 1.46%. Now with 1.46%, then the overall trend or growth trend of our profit after tax will be in tandem, or will be the same as the overall growth of our company. Okay, the reason why we have a reversal impairment in 2020 is because in 2019 we had to do some provision due to we are unable to receive funds from our customer. They did not pay on time. However, in 2020 we managed to recover, hence there is a write back. Okay, financial position. There are only three things we look at. The first thing is the current ratio. In terms of current ratio, company very healthy. Above 1 time is around 1.66. And then the second thing is the cash. In terms of cash, has been increasing over the years from the initial 24 million up to now about 48 million. Now the third is the gearing. For gearing, at first glance, definitely it will trigger investor concern. Why? Because investor might wonder why is the gearing so high, close to 100%. Okay, we need to study what's the debt the company is carrying at this moment. There's total of short-term debt and long-term debt. If you look at the long-term debt, over the years, it's decreasing from the initial 21 million, now it's about 15 or 16 million, meaning to say that company did not have any major capex or investment in long-term assets over the past 3 years. The problem lies in the short-term debt. If you take a look at the short-term debt, 2020 is about 31 million, 32 million. 21, it jumped about 1 time from 32 million up to around 68 million. And over the years, it remains around the 60 million mark. The hike in the short term is due to bank acceptance. As explained earlier, our company revenue grow from 100 million, 200 million, 300 million. When you have a business growing at this rapid speed, naturally the company will need more money to roll business. Hence, what we do is we convert our LC, a letter of credit, to short-term bank acceptance. Meaning say that we sell our on-hand invoice to bank in order to get some short-term financing to purchase more material and to grow the business. In short, this debt, it is a healthy debt. It is a productive debt. Productive debt means to say it helps to roll our business to be bigger and bigger, larger and larger. Okay, so I hope this part we've explained. Cash flow wise, nothing much. Industry outlook. Okay. This industry, according to this statistic on the left, this industry is not a small business. It's quite a big market, because in the worst time, 2020, although there's COVID and pandemic, yet the industry managed to register a 7.7 billion market cap. And on average, if we take a look, the market is about close to 10 billion. Now, this market is very big, and as Master Tec, we are market share as of 2022 revenue about 3.57%. All we want to share, everyone, is that there's a lot of room to growth because the runway is long enough, it's broad enough. Hence, you can anticipate that whichever player in this market able to stay resilient, stay efficient in terms of the production, and stay ahead in terms of the technology curve, then naturally it will gain more market share in the future. Okay, in short, this is a very big industry. Okay, this is the commodity prices that we explained earlier. As you can see in the bottom part, aluminum is 11,000, copper is 38,000, so it's about 3 times. Okay, this is just a illustration for you to have better understanding. Okay, these are some of the major infra projects in Malaysia currently. Okay, this is the industry player comparison. Okay, we only compare those that are listed. Now, in terms of profit after tax margin, you can see most of them, for example, Southern Cable and Olympic Cable owned by OSK. The profit margin is near to 2 to 3, except for Central Cable that's about to be acquired by QOB, is about 5.9. Therefore, Master Tec stands out because as of our 2023 first half profit margin after tax, it's close to 10%. What we want to convey to investors, when investing in a company, are you looking for the largest player in terms of revenue or the most efficient player who have a better margin despite lower revenue? The decision is yours as a smart investor. Move on to the IPO details. We'll start from the left. First thing is, Master Tec will be listed on ACE Market with an IPO price of 39 cents. Now, upon listing, the share cap will enlarge to 1.02 billion shares. And if we multiple 1.02 billion shares with 39 cents per share, this will bring our market cap close to 400 million. So 397.8 million to be exact. Now, for every $1 earned by the company, 30% will be distributed out as dividend to all shareholders, regardless whether you are the major or the minor shareholder. Okay. PE. If we take the profit after tax of 2022, 19.5 million, then our PE stands at 20 times. However, if we analyze the the financial year 2023 first half result multiple by 2, this will bring the profit after tax to around 27.3 million. Now, with this, our PE will reduce from the initial 20 times down to 15 times. Okay. When it comes to the now we are done with the left hand side. Now we look at the right hand side. When it comes to allocation of IPO share, according to listing requirement, company needs to have 25% of free float. However, for Master Tec, we have a total of, you see the bottom part here, we have a total of 28%. Out of this 28% is split into 2 different sections. The first section is the public issue of new share, which is 15.5%, all in 158 million shares. Okay, out of this 158 million shares, 51 million go to the public balloting. Now 2 million is for the pink form. Now last but not least, the 105 million, this is for private placement to selected investor. So all in 158 million multiplied by 39 cents per share. This part will help the company raise about 61 million. Okay. Now the second part, offer for sale of existing shares, 12.5%, 127 million shares. Now this part of share belongs to the MITI block, and also the money raised from this section will belong to our founder Dato Lau instead of the company, because our founder decided to sell some of his shares in order to fulfill the free float market requirement of 25%. Now, and the last thing we want to share is any fees related to this deal will also be charged to our founder Dato Lau. Okay, so all in free float 28% in the market. Okay, this is our IPO key date. On the 28th of December 2023, we issued our prospectus and also the opening of application. And on the 18th of January, which is 2 days from now, 5 p.m., it will be the closing of application. So it's 5 p.m., 18th of January. So for those of you who are interested in applying for this share, please take note that in 2 days you will close down the application. Now, 4 days from the closing of application will be the balloting of application, and on the 26th of January, for those of you who apply, you need to check your CDS account, and if you manage to get the share, then congratulations, you'll be part of the Master Tec shareholder. Okay, last but not least, on the 29th of January, Master will be listed on the ACE market. Okay, this is the post-IPO shareholding structure, like what we mentioned earlier on. 28% free float, and 72% owned by the major shareholder. This part of share is subject to moratorium. Okay, the last part, which is the utilization of proceeds. As you can see over here, the company management, they are very focused of what they want to achieve through the IPO, which is the expansion of the business, to use this money to expand the business, to grow the business. As you can see from this utilization of proceeds, 16.8 million construction of the new factory, 24.4 million purchase of new machinery. This part already take up 2/3 of the IPO proceeds. For the remaining part, general working capital, money used to purchase raw material for the medium voltage cables and other operating stuff. This part already take up about 26%. And last but not least is the listing fees. Listing fees only constitute about 7%, 4.2 million. So we need to say that 93% of the money will be used to grow the business, and 77% is for the listing expenses. And with that, I'll end my presentation and I hand the floor back to Zheng Yu to kickstart the Q&A session.
All right. Thank you, Ashton, for sharing, regarding what Master Tec is doing and some details regarding this company. So now we are going into this Q&A session. I would invite Mr. T, to the stage so that, if you guys have any questions, you guys can type in the chat box if, let's say, you want, and then I'll read those questions, especially if you want to know more about this company. And I personally, of course, going through this presentation, I have some few questions. So I would invite Mr. T up to the stage. Hi, Mr. T.
Yeah, thank you.
Hello.
Hello, yes.
So I think I start with my first question first. So after looking at the financial, it's like, wow, really, like what Ashton mentioned over there is like A+, right? The margins are really thick, all right? And then I see the difference that is being made is I think most of your business is in the cost is being controlled by using aluminium as the material, all right? So maybe you can share a bit more. Like, what's the advantage of using the materials as copper and also as aluminium, and what's the future plan on the aluminium side or maintaining the margin side?
Okay, basically we need to understand for the cable itself, we do have to transmit or distribute the electricity. We have using the conductor. So conductor in Malaysia, commonly we use copper or aluminium. Of course, previously wise in Malaysia mostly using copper. But recently, due to the metal price itself is been increased so high, especially for copper, and the cost constraint, so a lot of projects start moving toward to aluminium. Especially, we can see this trend is after 2022. So during the MCO time, a lot of projects be awarded to all the contractors, but on that time the copper price is very low. So after 2011, 2021, 22, during the project going to commission, so when they start to purchase the cable, the price all out of budget. And the alternative is to use aluminium conductor. And in market, not so many people produce aluminium conductor for low voltage cable. Most of the aluminium conductor players, they mainly going to produce the medium voltage cable, which is widely used by DNB or utility company. So we fill out the gap. So as today, I think we are one of the largest supplier on aluminum conductor in terms of the low voltage cable. Basically, what we can see that someone may ask whether aluminum is safe or not. So under the Malaysia regulation, for any cable used before our house, so before TMB meter, we put it simple, before TMB meter, is allowed to use aluminium because it's installed by professional for electrician. So all the cable used internally inside our house after TMB meter, all should be used copper conductor. This is under regulated. That's why now you can see all the cable outside the meter. Previously using copper, but recently all changed to aluminium. Include the recently JKL also start approve aluminum conductor as their straight writing system itself. That's why the demands keep on increase, and we benefit from all this increased demand due to our early preparation. And we can see that our production volume is continuously increased. So we can't compare apple to apple for copper and aluminum for the product volume itself. So basically, copper is very heavy compared with aluminum. So, but aluminum is, if we can see that, so in terms of tonnage, so if I produce 1 ton of copper, I can produce maybe 2 to 3 tons of aluminum itself. So in terms of volume, actually our volume for aluminum is very huge. That's why it's why our profit margin increased so high. It's basically on the economy of scale. The cost of aluminum is more and the volume is high. That's why we enjoy this profit margin. And a lot of questions we receive, someone asking whether our competitor going to produce the same product or not.
Yeah, that's the next question that I want to ask.
Going to ask. So basically, in market, as what we know, so if you are the copper production, example, we put on the every market itself. So a lot of player in town, if you for every cable, maybe more than 60, or someone claim more than 100. So, but most of them are produce copper conductor. In order for them to convert to aluminum, it doesn't say they cannot do, but whether they're going to certify their production volume to aluminum with the lower the aluminum, because the selling price is more. If they're going to use the same facility, they may facing revenue drop by at least 50 to 70%. It convert to aluminum. So the performance of the company will be very bad. And the process itself to do the aluminum is totally different with copper, because aluminum is a bit hard compared with aluminum. Copper is soft. So the processing itself is also different. So and the price revenue is low. Unless you got volume, big volume, only you can make profit. You can see our result. We do aluminum for quite some time. Only after the MCO, after our ramp out our production quantity, only we able to increase our revenue itself, increase our profit margin. So in terms of 2020, I see, so our aluminum only 1,000 tons per year, but it's not much can contribute to our profit margin because the volume is more. But now recently we go to 4,000 metric ton for last on year 2022, and last year 2023 for the first half year we already have about 3,000 ton. So in terms of economy of scale, so this is contribute to our profit margin.
So it's like if let's say recap is like, okay, let me summarize. I mean, if let's say all or players that in Malaysia are mostly using or manufacturing in copper as their core.
Yes.
And then if let's say they want to, go to or change all the equipment, and the technicians, to produce aluminium, it's quite challenging because there's like a number one cost in buying the machine, everything. And then the technical wise, you mentioned that aluminium is hard to handle.
Yes. Aluminum is the material is harder. so easy to break. So no need to compare with copper.
Okay.
Maybe just now under our corporate video, you can see most of the cable process is twisting. So you need to turn the connector. So if you don't have the know-how how to twist the connector, or you don't have the good machinery to do the process, you will facing issue.
Okay. So it's a tough material to handle, and then how to say the margin wise is nice lah, because that's how I think got one, maybe Ashton can share. Got one slide that's showing the price of copper and also aluminium. I think so that I think is the advantage that
this is the advantage why my customers select aluminium lah.
And then plus, I think if let's say your budget is tight, or economy, touch wood, let's hope our economy is much more better. But if let's say the budget of a project is getting tighter, so they might pick something that is able to perform almost similar, having the same similar performance, right? If let's say aluminium and copper.
Yeah, for aluminium and copper, of course, in terms of carry amp, in cable we are talking about the carry amp, how many amp they can carry. So for aluminium, this one determined by the conductivity of the material. In technically, we put aluminium as a 100% conductivity, but aluminium only 63% only. So about
100% aluminium
63. So in order for you to change to aluminium, you need to upsize your conductor. So example for the conductor size for the 25 mm square in copper. So if you going to change to aluminium, you need to upgrade to 35 mm square. So even though we upgrade, increase the size itself, so the total cost is still cheaper.
Okay.
Roughly about 30% to 30% cheaper compared to copper.
Okay, so you have the advantage of
the only advantage is if you don't have the space for installation.
Okay. So the disadvantage is space. That means you need thicker wire to carry the same beam. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So okay. Next, I have another question. Is okay, in the cable just now did share regarding the customers in the cable industry, and yes, basically to run in the cable industry, I think TNB cannot lari lah, must be one of the biggest customer. So maybe you can share maybe other industries or sectors that maybe a potential new customer that maybe you're looking to maybe in this year or next year that might contribute to buying cables besides TNB.
Besides TNB, so actually in everyone's life, cable is an essential product. It's something necessary. Every one of us need to use cable. So every industry need to use cable because every industry need electricity and data. So this is what we provide to to provide connectivity to our customer. So include all the project, example oil and gas. Also inside your plant, if you need to use a machine to run, you need cable, you need electricity. So it's we supply to oil and gas, include the infrastructure like about LRT, MRT. Also, of course, MRT is running by electricity, so we need cable to run. So include of course commercial project. Any commercial project also we need a lot of cable. Plus the data center. So imagine a data center, actually they use quite a lot of cable, so they need a lot of electricity. So this is one of the focal point for ours as well. So and recently when our course of Malaysia now we are promoting EV car. Okay, so for EV car itself, what we foresee is not on the EV charging station, but the whole electricity demand will be increased. Okay, so in order to supply all the electricity to EV charging station or to the house or to anywhere, so we need to use cable as a connection to distribute all the electricity. And you see recently also TNB announced some new budget to upgrade all the systems itself. So
Yes.
support, otherwise we cannot run. So even if you have a car, you go to your house, maybe currently in your condominium, you only have a 3 charging station. If you want to increase, also cannot increase because the power supply is not enough. Yeah, that's why a lot of condo also been upgrading their power station to increase the power supply to the whole condo, and all the commercial center also under upgrading their power system as well. So in all these job, so in the world now, we still not have the other alternative beside the cable to distribute the electricity. So we cannot use wireless to distribute the big electricity, right? Of course, somehow say that for our handphone charger we can use the wireless, but to supply the electricity to the wire charger station also we need cable.
Yep, correct.
Yeah.
So still need to use us. Data centers, all those. Okay. Maybe I'm new to this one. So for data centers, right, power supply you can use the cable, but to transfer data is a different cable, right? It's different, totally different aluminium.
Okay.
Can it still?
In transfer data is all in transmission of data is a bit different. Transmission of data will use the copper conductor or fiber optic.
Okay. So it's different.
It's a difference. So either you're using fiber optic or using the copper conductor cable.
Okay, so it's a different one. Okay.
It's, because cable, just now we as in front we did explain to you. So cable basically we separate the 3. One is for electricity, power cable. So second will be the control cable. What we call control cable is mainly used for control system, like our auto gate system. Yeah, our house auto gate. So that one we are using control cable. And third will be instrumentation cable. Instrumentation cable mainly used for the transmit all the data and signal.
Okay. Yeah, this one.
Yes. So you can see here we having an instrumentation cable, all with EMC control with at the right hand side of the bottom 2. So this kind of cable is an instrumentation cable mainly to distribute or transmit all the data and signal. The application for data and signal. Of course, the left hand side mainly is for the power. So right on the top will be control cable, mainly for control cable. It can be used for transmit the power and signal. Of course, most widely we can see quite commonly used in every house for all the auto gate system.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing. This is I know it's a bit technical, but for someone that is new, it's something new, to me and the audience as well. Okay. So I think I have one question from the audience from YouTube, from YS. He asked, "Hi there. Is there any particular reason Master Tec engaged SJ as a principal advisor for the listing?" So, Mr. T, would you want to go for this one, or I can invite another one of the PA, Yap Sing?
I think it's okay. So, of course, everyone may be asking, may be not so familiar with AJ. So, before we select AJ, we did interview with few principal advisor in town. So, of course, why we select AJ basically is based on their working group member. So their working group, their people lah. So we believe on the people. So the people is all is ex our Tiger Bank staff. It's quite experienced. So and they really hand on to do this project, and we see that the result is good and everything is running very smooth. Because the company is new, but the people is not really new. Of course, the selection is based on the people itself.
Okay. All right. Yep, Sing, you want to add on anything?
Yes, correct. Good evening, everyone. I acting. My name is Yap Singh. I acting as an investor relation consultant pertaining to the project to promote Master Tec. SJ Security acting not only as a listing advisor, but also sole placement agent, sole underwriter, as well as a sponsor after listing of Master Tec. If we trace back all this announcement on the Bursa Malaysia since the day the company launched its draft prospectus or called exposure draft onto the website of Bursa Malaysia on the date of 7 July 2023 in a span of slightly less than 4 months. By 6th of November 2023, Master Tec proposed to list on the ACE market of the stock exchange had been approved by the Bursa Malaysia. Subsequently, the company makes an announcement through a press release to all the media and making known that Master Tec come aboard. Then it will be about 2 months later, about 1 month plus later, by the 12th of December, SG Security already signed an underwriting agreement with Master Tec. It shows that the company is led by a team of the experienced people like Dato' Azman as a Group MD, Head of Corporate Finance like David Chan and Wong Kajun, jointly to move this project one step at one time. Eventually, the company chose a very good feng shui date, which on the 28th of December 2023, launched the prospectus of Master Tec. With this, the company received a very good new coverage from most of the media in the town. It showed that it's a team can work together with the Master Tec to bring it to the next successful milestone, which is very important. 18th of January 2024. Remember, before 5 p.m., apply for this IPO share jointly with the HJ Security, and the company is targeted to list on the stock exchange 29 January 2024. One of the first company that able to list in the January of 2024. We hope that this working relationship in between Master Tec and SJ will not only for the listing day, but for the next 2 to 3 years as a sponsor of the company. That speak for itself. A good team who work together, even though the strongest stone can be break by the color. Who bring the color? Master Tec, cable and wire. That's all. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Yap Singh, for further elaborating this one. So I think I have one final question, all right, for Mr. T. So we have other manufacturers or some other companies manufacture in cables as well. So comparing to other peers, what do you think that it's unique or that you think you are better at in the industry compared to your peers?
Okay. So, as explained just now, why we select AJ, we believe on the people. Okay. Of course, to invest in to make sure our team will be competitive in the market, different with our others. So Master Tec is not too old or too young. We are 70 or 80 years old. So in our team, we do have of course, we need to have the people who having experience in wire and cable. So our team for the production and some non-technical, they do have the 20 or 30 years of experience in cable. We are not new in terms of the people who know the cable. But we mix our team with those from the E&E industry, from other industry. So with this kind of thing, so Master Tec, we believe on the challenge and the change. You can see our milestone also. We keep on improving ourselves. We never stop improving. And as today, and easy for our team to adopt any change. So if you're having a one team of people only, so maybe quite tough for them to change. So Master Tec a bit different. So everyone from different background. Even myself is not on the cable background before, but also I've been selected as of course I've been appointed as the CEO of the company. In industry also, I've been selected as previously as a chairman of the technical committee in our association for wire and cable industry. That's why we having the people who want to grow. So our team, I think, is good. So secondly, in terms of what we believe is in technology. So we always invest in the best technology machine in our manufacturing plant. So even though for the low value product like the aluminum conductor, we investing the best machine in the world, or best machine in town on that time, on 2017. We set up the plant 3. We investing quite huge of money on this aluminum, and we get the return after this. This is what we see. So Master Tec is very dynamic team. We having a good people, and we having a good machinery, good machine, so we can support the industry. So of course, in town previously, if you look back in wire and cable history in Malaysia particularly, so most of the cable already been in town for more than 50 years. I think they are very experienced and previously set up by all the Taiwanese, Japanese, and the what we call and Europe, right? So, but the setback is maybe the management system already been too old. So and after all this volume move out, mainly is managed by all the previous the staff lah. So but Master Tec is a bit different. We are managed by the entrepreneur, by our founder. He give very good supportive, and we having the quite strong team in our line. So this is what I try to explain to you. So we are see for continued growth lah. And that's why we are for this IPO process also, we are focusing on our expansion, but not to pay our debt or whatsoever. We want to fill up the market gap on the MV. Seeing a few players what we see in town already our market due to less competitive during the MCO critical time. But Master Tec is we are not only surviving during the MCO, but we are growing. We are one of the company growing during this MCO. We have been tested. So what our management and our equipment, everything, this is our big advantage, I would say.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Mr. T, for sharing. What is the comparing to peers. What is better. What is unique about Master Tec company. So this is the last question. So I think there's some add-on from Yap Sing.
Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Ashton, can you show the peer comparison slide? Peer comparison slide under IMR report, not the key achievement and the milestone.
I think the peer one is we this one just for your reference. So it's the performance comparison between Master Tec and our peer. So as I maybe explained just now, is how efficient the company to run the business is. This is proven. This is a result. I think the figure will prove. So how the efficiency of each company.
Okay. Yep. Also, may I allow to improvise? Whatever Mr. T shared with all the investor, all the audience, is summarized like it's not like jack of all trade, master of none. It will be like we adopt the culture of Malaysian, the diversity of the different background, expertise by the different management team. Each and everyone contribute different recipe and formula. When we merge it together, it will lead to the efficiency. When we talk about efficiency, one of the way of quantify it or to measure it is we take a look like how much the revenue generated by the company and how much profit margin. In this independent market research report will be embedded within the prospect of Master Tec. It will show like example like for the 2022 financial year, Master Tec generate a revenue about 364 million, make a profit about 20 million. The peer comparison, don't move, peer comparison slide asset. So with this, it will show that the after tax margin is about close to about 5.4%. With the first 6 month result, it shows that the company has been moved the profit margin, say about 5.4% to close to about 10%. From this table, when you flip through the prospectus, you also see like Southern Cable for 2022, they are making like about 870 million of revenue with the profit generated by them, the after tax margin about 1.7%. Olympic Cable is part of the OSK holding. In the annual report, they did mention that the profit after tax margin is about 3%. When we compare with one of the company that called Central Cable Berhad, it's a non-listed public company with the latest result of 6 months 2023. They also show that they make a profit close to about 6%. That show that when we measure the efficiency, we need to take a look to what extent and how much profit you're able to generate from the manpower and the machinery you use. I hope this good comparison can guide the investor lead to you to make a better informed investment decision. Thank you.
All right. Okay. So thank you very much, Yap Singh, and also Mr. T and Ashton as well, and everyone for joining the sharing today. And thank you for Mr. T for spending the time and Ashton as well to explain what Master Tech is doing and introduce us, on the cable industry, especially just on the Q&A session. Thank you very much. So I think that's it, for tonight's sharing. So hopefully everybody loved this sharing tonight. And the closing date for Master Tech is, I think, 2 more days. Again, no recommendation to buy, sell, or hold. But if let's say you are interested, right, then you need to apply before that time. It's a very, again, not an investment advice. Right, today is just to share for everyone to learn regarding this company. But if you're interested, so you can go to apply for it. So I think that's it for tonight's sharing. See you guys next time. Bye.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you.